Hey guys, welcome back to Tip Tuesday. My name is Matthew Sturkey with Stone Mill Log and Timber Homes. Last week we talked about exterior siding options. This week we're going to continue that same topic and move to the interior and talk about interior wall coverings. Basically the same thing as a siding option, but really on the interior it's more of a wall covering. And what are the different options that you have for wall coverings on the inside, and what areas would you need to make a decision on wall coverings? Well, typically for the log structure, when you have a timber roof, you've got gables and dormers and shed dormers in your typical 1.5-story construction. Those areas will have to be finished with something. Once all of your electrical wiring is run and you've gotten that inspection done, and then you've done all of your wall insulation in the gables and dormers and the gable dormers, then before you can put your wall coverings on, you'll have that insulation inspection, and then you'll put the finished wall covering in those areas. Also, you have interior partition walls that divide bedrooms and bathrooms and down hallways. So you'll want to be thinking about the different wall covering options that you have for those areas on the inside, because your log walls are on your perimeter and a lot of times on your interior load bearing walls, but you'll have some partition walls that you can choose wall coverings to finish those out with. So we're going to talk about some of the most common wall covering options that our clients use, starting with the first one that you see here, which is a barnwood. This is an option that you have for gable ends, for interior partition walls, for the shed dormer wall. If you have access, or this is the look that you would like to go with, barnwood, a vertical or horizontal barnwood, is a really good option if you're going for that antique, very rustic look. Drywall is another option. We do get clients that want to mix up the architecture some. They don't want all log and all timber. They want to have some drywall. They want some color. What you can see here is a drywall finish with a glazing that's got some texture to it and some color to it. This is a really popular option if you want to brighten things up and mix up the architecture a little bit. Drywall, as you can see, if you want to just do a simple drywall finish with a certain color, that is another option in an interior gable or on a dormer wall or on an interior wall. So if you don't want all wood and you want to mix it up a little bit, drywall is definitely an option. You have that flexibility with this type of construction. Vertical board and batten. Board and batten is something that you see a lot of times on an exterior gable or on an exterior wall, but you can use it on the inside as well. There's nothing that says you can't use some of those same exterior finishes on the interior as well. So you've got a vertical board with a batten strip, gives you some depth, and it gives you the ability to put some color on it. So board and batten is another option. Log siding is probably one of the most commonly used, one of the most popular, because a lot of our clients want to continue that same log look up into the gable ends to the peak. And as you can see here on this dormer wall, you would continue that log siding on the shed dormer and on the inside of the gable dormers. This client in particular went all out and incorporated log siding on the interior walls, down the hallway, under the stairs. Pretty much everywhere there was a partition wall, a frame wall, they used the log siding. So that is one of the more popular, more common selections. It's also available if you're doing the log-on-log profile. You can do a log-on-log siding in the gables and dormers as well. Log siding, again, on an interior wall. This is a framed hallway wall off the entry. That log siding creates the same look as log. So if you're trying to make a statement when you walk in a front door and trying to have an accent wall that continues that same log theme throughout, that is obviously an option that you would have with the log siding. And then tongue and groove. This is a horizontal tongue and groove finish. Done in the inside of the gable dormers, on the inside of the gable ends, which looks really good because it blends with the tongue and groove that you have in your ceilings with the timber roof and in the ceilings that you have with the second floor system. So a tongue and groove, and you could switch up. This is southern yellow pine. You could do spruce. You could do Doug fir. You could do cypress. You could do a lot of different options with tongue and groove on the interior. You could also take that tongue and groove vertically, and instead of going horizontal, go vertically with the TNG. This is a cypress vertical TNG that looks great, and it complements the tongue and groove that's in this ceiling for this timber roof. So lots of different options that you have with interior wall coverings. You will want to start making those selections when you get into the design process. So with our clients, when we start the design process, we'll ask you about those selections on the interior gables, the interior shed dormer, the interior gable dormers, and start thinking about what you want to have on those wall coverings, what you want the wall finishes to be on the inside of your bedroom, inside your bathrooms, the ceilings, those types of things. So be thinking about those architectural details and those finish details before you ever get started in the plan design, so that you can incorporate those finishes into your design, so that you can get good, accurate estimates on what you've selected. And then when construction starts, you just ultimately follow the plan that you have set forth on what finishes you have selected. So hopefully this has been helpful. Thanks again for joining us for Tip Tuesday this week. Please join us again next week for Tip Tuesday. Until then, please stay safe and healthy and take care, and call us anytime you have questions or need anything at all. Take care.